digital stories helped me actually to really have a little bit of a breakthrough, or probably a big breakthrough. What is it about? So a digital story, and I always include that in the art therapy sessions with my grieving clients as well, because what it is, I took photos of my mom. She is the one that I wanted to honor with that digital story. And so I laid them all out on the floor, and I went through them and tried to find the one that showed really her essence, her humor, her being, and how loving she would look at me when I did something that she thought was just the best. And so I found that image, that photo, and it was not with difficulties to find it. I cried a lot sorting through it. There was a lot of stories that went on in my head and my heart while I was doing it. But when I finally chose that photo, it felt so true. And what I then did, I took pen and paper and I wrote about 300 words, and you have to keep it a little bit short so that you really get to the essence. What story do you really want to tell about your loved one? So you have the photo on one side, you have your paper and pen on the other, and you write it down. You can always narrow it down, you can add things when it feels that you haven't gotten the essence yet. And then you look at your photo and at the same time read out the words that you have written about your loved one. And if it feels that you got it, then you take out your phone. All of our phones now have that camera. You just point your camera towards the photo and keep it there. And while you have it there, you're reading out loud the words that you have written for your loved one. And that's all what's to it. It's the digital story of your loved one and your relationship with them, and how you explain how much you love them, or what was so essential and important to your relationship. So I was taught that in a workshop about 6 or 7 months after my mom had died, and it really made me feel connected to her. And with all the art pieces that I mentioned before, keep it under wraps for a while. It's like your diary, it's your story that you have, and it might feel like you want to share it immediately with family members and friends that knew your loved one. Just keep it under wraps for a while before you share it. I actually did not share it until 3 years later with my mom's family, with her brothers. And oh my God, was I happy I did not share it before, because they just didn't understand why I would put that out there and why I would create it. Because we all grieve in different ways. And they were not used to that medium, to video and to talk and to share stories in that regard. And they were very surprised, and they were nice, but they did not get it. If you share it right away and you get a reaction like this, you might be hurt. So please be patient. Keep it under wraps for a while. I actually shared it on my website, but it is hidden, so not everybody can find it as easily. And if you want to put it on social media, I would say don't do it. Just don't. People will not understand. Or if you want to share it really only after half a year or even longer, like me 3 years later, with the people that are closest to you and that will understand your journey and your feelings.